Alright, I'm going to take you guys on a tour of my organ workshop here. Be mostly a fan-centered tour, but I'll talk a little bit about some other stuff as well. You can see there in the front there are 3 Spinet Hammond organs, an M3 and 2 M100s. The M3 and one of the M100s is refurbished and ready to go and up for sale. The third M100 is waiting on some preamp work, and then it'll be up for sale. You can see there's a bunch of organs and Leslie's behind them there that are projects waiting. Can't work on them because there's no room until we get rid of these Spinet organs here. So, don't know how of interest that is to the fan people. I'm going to take this water with me because it's very hot. So, you can kind of see your way in from here, but we're going to go through the door. Other half of the workshop here is rented by an older gentleman who restores classic cars. He does phenomenal work, and his cars win all kinds of awards at car shows. Sadly, he's in the hospital right now. Hope that he gets out soon and does better, because he's a lot of fun to work with and just does a phenomenal job. So, because of those two reasons, because of him being in the hospital and us having more stuff than we have space, it's quite the mess in here, but it's a man cave. You don't really expect it to be clean. So, coming in the door here, as you've seen in previous videos, there's the 2 gold lines in the Dayton Lasko. Every fan is on low. It's interesting that the lows and the 2 gold lines are different. They both are on identical Newtone wall controls, and they both spin the same speed on high but do differently on low. So just an anomaly, I guess. I used these Newtone wall controls because at the time I believe they were the only controls I had that were 5, 10, 15 microfarad. It's the same as Casablanca, Homestead, just a pretty standard Beverly Hills. So at some point I might play with those, but probably not. As long as they're up there and they work, they'll probably stay just how they are. So, no fan in the bathroom. Thinking there's not room for a ceiling fan. I'm thinking of putting some sort of wall-mounted vintage fan there, antique fan, because it does get pretty hot in there. So there's the control for that one. You see one of the fluorescent lights, it actually needs a ballast. On my list of things is to get a ballast for it. But there's the Dayton Lasko on its pull chain low speed. And it's definitely a lower quality fan than the gold lines, but I just happen to love it. So, as far as fan stuff, here's an ILG exhaust fan that I picked up for another collector. There's some brown painted gold line blades, some brown and black painted gold line motors that need to be restored. Down there is a Hunter, I can't remember the model, I want to say Osprey, is that a model? I've been meaning to take to the scrapyard. Or the brown gold line parts. One day I'll restore those. So I mainly work on organs and Leslie's here, but I do some of the messier fan work here, painting and refinishing and, you know, some bigger motor rebuilding projects, varnishing and all of that I'll do over here. It's nice to have a space when it's not filled to the brim with organs, and we've got a lot of tools here, and it's just real convenient. The 80-gallon air compressor. And okay, so upstairs is the attic. And at the top of the stairs here is a 36-inch brown gold line. It's the only 36-inch gold line I have, the only brown one I have other than those painted ones. This fan actually belonged to my aunt and uncle. It was in their kitchen when I was a kid, and they replaced it and gave it to the guy that replaced it, and I tracked it down. It's on this think it's a Lutron control here. At some point I might play around with a different control. But here's where I keep all my new and box fans, or at least some of them. You can see the Homestead Mirage, the Envirofan Chateaus, the Conarm something, a couple of Fascos there. I don't actually remember what those Fascos are. I bought them thinking that they were ornate parlor fans, and received them in the mail to realize that they weren't. So I don't actually remember what model they were. I guess they're the Fasco Disappointment model. But and then over here is this Westinghouse Mobile Air. I happen to love Mobile Airs, especially the 3-blade with the big cast frame motor. And that's what this is. So again, to give you an idea, you come up the stairs and there's the gold line. You go up here in the rest of the attic, and I have these, I don't know if you can see them because of the lights, I have these 2 blender fans here. This is a 3-blade K63 that I pieced together. Was not complete when I got it, and hoping to get one that's all complete and original, but in the meantime I wanted to piece something together. So that's this here. Over here is its 4-blade counterpart. Interestingly enough, these fans are both on identical wall controls as well, and again, one of them is slower, even though they go about the same speed on high. Just one of the strange anomalies of fans. This is just a new gable fan that I put in to help with the heat up here in the attic. It gets very hot up here in the attic. And right now it's disconnected because it's very noisy, and didn't want the noise to be in the video, even though we've got somebody's lawnmower in the video instead. But I disconnected it just by unplugging it there. But it's on a thermostat there that will, I think it kicks on if it gets hotter than 75 up here. It does a really good job. Earlier today it was up to something like 90 something up here, but in the sun with the heat and everything, without the gable fan, it used to get up to like 120 up here, which wasn't necessarily great for storing stuff. Some stuff could overheat or get melted or whatnot. And with the gable fan, I've never had it get over 90 something. I don't think I've ever had it over 100. So some people like these box fans. This is far too new for me, but it's here. Here is a newer gold line motor. Let's look at the date on that one. 89, so it's an 89. Is that a Banville? Yep, that's an 89 Banville. And that's a 1980 Silverline. That's what Silverlines looked like in 1980. The blades are back there behind all the packing materials. And there's a little Contec from 95, 11 of 95, cast iron motor. It's actually a really good running fan. In all honesty, it's a better running fan than the 36-inch gold line there. And the only reason for that being is this is the only gold line that I've found that actually has a cast aluminum motor instead of cast iron. I can't tell you what year it's from. The sticker is gone from the top of the motor, but that's cast aluminum. So actually that Contec hung up here prior to the gold line, and actually did a better job of moving air there. This fan runs year-round, and during the summer it runs on high constantly in order to help bring some of the cool air in from downstairs, and The Contec actually did a better job than the gold line did, but I really just wanted to have a place to hang this little gold line, so took the hit there. What else? Just packing materials here that I use for when I'm selling organ parts. So there's another mobile air in there. So yeah, these wouldn't normally be on low if I was up here, and the gable fan wouldn't be off, so I'm definitely baking. They would all three be on high, the gable fan would be on, and if I was going to be up here for any length of time, the mobile air would probably also be on. But since lawnmower stopped, maybe I'll do a second video, and we won't have the melodious sounds of the lawnmower. So I think I've covered everything. Got the 2 blender fans, got the gable fan, the gold lines hanging up there, Contec, new box fans. I think this is pretty much everything. Let's just go back downstairs. So again, everything's on low right now, which I wouldn't normally be, but I always like that for the video so you can get the best look at the fans. I always thought this was a really cool vantage point right here. You get to see the tops of the gold lines in the Dayton Lasko. Well, hopefully they're done mowing their lawn and I can do a second take, but I'll probably still post this one. Dayton Lasko. Well, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I think I've covered all the fan stuff here. There's just so much stuff here, it's hard to keep track of everything. But I think I've covered it all. If not, I'll do another video. Thanks for watching.